Hey folks, so this is just a quick video to act as a very quick start guide to your Chameleon 3. Let's just open up and have a look what's inside. First thing you'll notice when you open it up is that there are detailed instructions on the Chameleon 3 collar itself. Please do read those, as well as the tiny trainer for finger kick. This is just a startup guide with a fair amount of information, but you really should take the time to read that and understand the gear perfectly. The other thing you'll see is your warranty card. Please do fill that out, return it with your proof of purchase, and that'll make any warranty claims that you have very easy. So we've got a bunch of cables here. I'm just going to get out of the way, as well as a lanyard that will go around your remote control. Can make it pretty handy to hang on to. And you'll see here's the actual collar itself, as well as the remote control, the tiny trainer for finger kick. And in this box you have the charging box, the two power adapters, your finger kick, which I'll put here, a test lamp, and a small magnet. All right, so to turn the collar on, you'll notice on the collar itself here there's a red dot. All you do is swipe across that, not leaving it there for any period of time. The supplied magnet, the magnet that's inside of the remote control at that red dot, or any other magnet. And if you swipe it across, you hear there's an audible tone, and your contact measurement starts to spin. The contact measurement is those flashing lights, those rapidly flashing lights. And if I cover up my own light here, you'll be able to see that a little bit better. See how they rapidly flash, right? When you have contact with what that is testing the circuit, right? And so that shows me that the circuit is not closed. But if I put it against my own fingers there, you see that the light goes, you can see here at my thumb, to a slow, continuous blink. That just is an indicator the power is on. And if I were to take my fingers off, the circuit's open again, you see the light starts to flash rapidly again. You can't see that perfectly just because the light I've got on the collar it's quite a bright light so that you can actually see what I'm doing. That contact measurement will spin for 2 minutes. It'll indicate to you whether you have contact or not for 2 minutes, or until it is used. I suppose it assumes that once you use it, you check that you did have contact. So you have a 2-minute window to get it on your dog and test. And you'll see here when I stim, now I've used the collar, made a connection, it just goes to that slow flashing light that's an indicator that it's on. To turn the collar off, all we do is swipe that magnet across there one more time, and you hear the means the collar is off. If when you're turning the collar on, there is a delay between the light flashing and the tone, that's an indicator that you have a low battery. I can't demonstrate that to you because this one is close to fully charged. But yeah, if you swipe across, you get flash, 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 and then the tone, that's an indicator that you have a low battery and they should charge it immediately. Okay, on the topic of the magnet, the magnet is also how you put the collar into pairing mode. So you do need to be careful when you consider that this is a magnet against the remote control here. So if you were to store the collar and the remote control in the same pocket, it's possible that you will put the collar into a pairing mode and unpair your remote control. That could happen like this. So you see how if I store that against there, and if I leave it there long enough, that's now in a pairing mode. And if I swipe the magnet across there, that final flash means that I have dropped all of the connections between collars, and you'll see the collar no longer works when I push that button. So if you find that you do not have a connection, it's possible that you did that by accident. All you need to do then is turn the collar off, use any magnet against your on button, leave it there until it goes into this flashing pairing mode, and then stim with the collar that you want to attach it, and you'll see that's repaired now. Right. Then to turn it off, swipe the magnet across. So that's the basics of the collar and how to set it up. To talk about charging the collar very quickly, the black cable that it came with plugs into this charger. It's into this USB port here, and then what's important you'll see is there's these two ridges here on the charger and a red light inside there. With your crocodile clips, that's the red connection. So your red cable goes into this side here where the little ridges are, and there's a little a nub there that you can feel. That's your red cable. This is your black cable. They plug into there, right? When they're plugged in, all you then do is attach your red to a red island, your black to a black island. Now that although it's connected and ready to charge, is not charging yet. We must then swipe the magnet across, and you see we get that consistent fast blink, and that is an indicator that the collar is charging. That'll stop when the collar is fully charged. Let me cover my light there so that you can see that clearer. All right, so that consistent fast flashing means the collar is charging. When it's fully charged, that'll stop. All right, let me unclip this and get it out of the way. So that's pretty much everything you need to know about the collar to get going immediately. The next thing we want to talk about very quickly is the remote control. In order to do that, I'm just going to attach this test lamp so you can see what's really happening as I use the remote control. The remote control will come in the low setting. So the Tiny Trainer for finger kick comes with the finger kick already paired. To turn it on and off is just this red button, and to actually transmit the stim, let me turn on this collar so that you can see what I'm doing. Transmit the stim is the blue button there, right? And you can see that working on there. To change levels is just up and down via these, and when I hit the finger kick here, you'll see that it transmits, and the collar flashes, the control flashes the number whilst it's stimming. It comes in the low setting, so numbers 1 to 9 are the existing 1 to 8 are the existing 1 to 8, and then 11 is what would be 9 is what would be an 11 on the PT3000. So that's a jump, like it's a boost at that number. If you want, and so these are your low level settings. If you want to go to your higher level settings, you just hold your power button down and your up button, hold that, and you'll see it starts flashing 999. So now it's in the higher level settings. So level 1 is still level 1, but level 2 is what would have been level 3. Level 3 is what would have been level 5. So this is more of an aversive stim level. The jumps are bigger, and when you go all the way up to level 9 and stim, then that's very powerful stim. That's what would have been full power, right? That's the full power of the collar. To change it back to the low settings, you just hold down the power and the down button, and you'll see after 3 seconds of that, it flashes 111, and now we're back to the low settings. We can go back down to level 1, and when I go to level 1 and when I stim there, you see the light barely turns on. Okay, one more thing is this controller is capable of rising stim. To set it to rising stim, you hold your power button and your stim button. See, when we do that, eventually after about 3 seconds it starts rising. So now we're in the rising stim mode, and if I hold down the stim button, it'll slowly rise and stim as it does it, and the number will get greater, about a level every half second or thereabouts. And when I re-stim, it goes back down to the low level. So that's a pretty handy feature to have. To take it, if it's in that mode, you can tell because as it's stimming, it's rising. To take it out of that mode, you just again push the power button and the stim button, and 3 seconds later it'll start flashing 111, and that indicates now that we're in the low level and that we're not in rising stim. So if I hold that down, it'll just continue to stim at level 1. The final thing you probably need to know is which mode. So this Tiny Trainer for finger kick is a single function remote control, which means you just have one button that sends a signal, and that can just do one thing, but you can set that to be a couple of different things. And to set those different functions, you just hold the power down. So when you hold down the power, you'll see now it goes to the picture with the little horn. That means that it's going to stim, it's going to vibrate, and it's going to tone all at the same time. To hold it down again, goes to the horn and the hourglass, which is it's going to be a warning stim. So it's vibrate and tone with no stim, and then a moment later, a full second later, it changes and it adds the stim. So you see no stim, and let me put my power up so you can see that in the test lamp. So you see no stim, and then the stim starts, and you can see that. Then if you hold it down again, you go back to where there's no indicator at the top, and that's just straight stim. That's pretty much everything you need to know as a quick start guide. To charge the remote control, there is a USB port here that you just plug in via one of these supplied chargers into the white cable that comes with it, and that will charge there. The battery indicator is just there. Whenever that shows less than full, you should probably consider charging it. It will turn itself off, I think, after 3 hours or something like that, but it's recommended that you turn it off after every use. as well as the collar. The collar will remain on until it is turned off, so you can leave that on your dog for an extended period if need be. All right, that's it. That's your quick start guide. Good luck.